Welcome to Conversations with Cashmere, powered by Digital Vibes, a brand new podcast in collaboration with this amazing charity in South Florida, Digital Vibes, and my company, Cashmere Concepts. Together, we are coming together to form this new podcast in the hopes that we give back to our community. This is a continuation of my storytelling from years on local television. This charity has done so much work in our community and across South Florida, and it's my hope and my blessing to bring all those stories back to you. Over the next several weeks and months, we hope to interview key players who have made an impact in our community and who give back so much, those stories that resonate with us. And we're fortunate that we get to do it from this mobile studio. This is a $350,000 unit. It was a former food truck that's been built into this incredible technical truck right now, and we can come to you with this as well. It's a partnership and a blessing, to be honest with you, and I'm so very fortunate to work with this great charity, and we hope you get to benefit from these stories. And it's fitting that our first podcast be with the founder and CEO of Digital Vibes, Will Romelus. Let's go meet him. Welcome, Will Romelus. Mr. Will, as you are known in the community of Palm Beach County. How are you?
Doing well. How's it going, man?
Can you believe this? We have talked about this journey for so long, for almost 6 to 8 months. So many creative minds have come together. And now we're in the moment. We're in the element. We are on the runway, and it's full throttle.
It's here. It's here. The moment is here. And that's what I love about this. It's all about action, so it's taking action. So we're here.
Mr. Will, I can't thank you enough for your time today and what you've done really to create Digital Vibes. Take us back to the concept of this. This really began in 2010, and it became a nonprofit in 2014. What does Digital Vibes do for our community?
Yes. So with Digital Vibes, we have this really cool way of getting our kids to really express their emotion, and we use technology and the arts for them to do so. So we have a phenomenal mentors that goes throughout Palm Beach County and mentoring our kiddos. So it's fantastic.
Den, the digital lab, our mobile unit that we have here, but you all have created such a great concept here, and over the last decade and a half, you've really provided that mentorship for those kids. Let's dive deep into that too.
Right. So mentor plays a special place in my heart, really, because let's take it a little step back in the early 2000s. I had received the worst news in 2001, and at that time I was 12, turning 13, and the news was my mom passed away, and my daddy's in Haiti. So because of tough circumstances, so that forced me to be independent at a very early age, in that sense. So I have this young man. He's Cuban, but we call him Haitian. And that's just, he definitely played a huge role in my life to get me to the point where I'm at. Mentoring kids throughout Palm Beach County. And that coach, his name is Coach Turan. So he played a huge role to get me to where I am really. As far as there's different ways you could mentor a young kid, and he utilized soccer to do so. And now we're using technology to mentoring all kids, with Digital Vibes.
And you all have taken that mentorship to really another level.
Right.
Talk about the programs that you have in Palm Beach County and the outreach. I know in my children's schools, I've seen you in all their schools that they've been at. You all are all across so many schools in Palm Beach County. This bus is leaving here after we get done to go to Belle Glade. That's how important this is for people and for these children and these communities. Talk about that.
Right. Yeah. No. So this bus is going to the Glades. We all over Palm Beach County, pretty much to provide our kids that creative outlet for them to be themselves, for them to express their emotions. Because oftentimes our kids, they have so much emotion built in, they don't know how to really express that. And when they do express their emotion, they do it the wrong way and they get in trouble. So that's where our mentors comes in, to really, provide our kids that safe haven. Being that big brother, big sister for our kiddos. Why do we do that? The main reason why we do that is because we understand when you have so much emotion bottled up in your head and you express it the wrong way, you get in trouble. And our kids, I was one of the ones that got held at gunpoint by one of our teenagers, in that sense. So right there, that's a lose-lose situation, So with me, it left me, trauma for the rest of my life. I'm like, man, every time I think about the whole situation, I'm like, man, what if he had actually pulled that trigger, And with them, they threw their life by, now they're in prison and got deported, in that sense. So it's a lose-lose situation. So that's where our mentors comes in and intervene. So we start them really young, elementary age, where we educate the kids about, if you do this, this is how it may impact you the rest of your life.
Through the darkest moments of our lives, we learn so much about ourselves and how to overcome that adversity. And I think you tapped into that so strongly. Digital Vibes empowers underserved youth through dance, fitness, technology, and the arts, aiming to combat childhood obesity and promote healthy lifestyles. That's a huge component, too. The movement. It's getting kids to move, and it's that energy.
That's right. When they hear the music, when we bring in the DJ, we bring in the dancers, we bring in the lighting, to everybody's like a big party. But when it's all said and done, that's their way of expressing their emotions. That's their way of expressing themselves. And at the same token, they working out, so we utilize that as a form of a way to really get our kids to, combat obesity.
It truly is a vibe. I spoke in the intro here. This mobile unit that you have here, it was almost like a food truck. It was like a UPS truck. It was white. You all transformed this through donations, through some amazing support in our community here. Right. You transformed this into a $320,000 amazing technical mobile unit. People can rep this out. People can come in here and create their own podcast as well. And you're also taking this, as we mentioned, to the schools. How has this piece of technology really transformed Digital Vibes?
Oh, man, with our kids, their attention span is very small nowadays. So we always finding ways to, reinvent our program, renovate our programs. So we have this program called Digital Expressions. With that Digital Expressions program, we get our kids to really write about different topic that has to do with education, mental health awareness, and so on and so forth. So they're using state-of-the-art equipment to really, record their songs, produce their songs. We have the recording booth, and it's a podcast. So it's a really cool way for them to really express their emotion in a safe environment.
Mm-hmm. I love it, and I think transforming this into what it was and what it is now, and then it's mobile. You can take it on the road to people. You're not locked into one place, one location as well. What is the one piece of advice, or the one piece of advice, if you have, that you've learned that you like to deliver and empower to those kids out there and tell them each and every day when you're meeting with them?
Yeah, I mean, oftentimes, our kids, they just hold on to their thoughts. It's okay to find somebody that you trust, somebody that, to talk to, it's definitely okay not to be okay, having that big brother, that big sister, talk to them, release that, in that sense, because oftentimes that's all our kids needs is that safe environment for them to really be expressive.
Digital Vibes, over 15 years strong. You've got 60 people working, a lot of volunteers. You have a board. You've got a lot of strength and power in this community, and you're building up day by day. Right. As you move forward into the future, where do you see Digital Vibes going in 3 to 5 years here?
Yeah, so right now with Digital Vibes, we pretty much rooting Digital Vibes in Palm Beach County, and next the next county we're looking to expand to is we're going south. Mm-hmm. We're going south, Dade, Broward. So that's the goal, But before we get to that, it's pretty much to to be grounded here in Palm Beach County. Make sure that we have a home, we have a building where our kids able to come and learn about all those great activities, all those great programs that we have for them.
And you have a number of events that carry through along with your programs. Talk more about those.
Oh man, we have so many great events campaign that we do. One of them is Kids Fit Gymathon. The Kids Fit Gymathon, we celebrating 15th year doing that. It's July 15th. It's at the South Florida Fairgrounds, indoor, cold AC, where we have thousands of kids So, Jay, I'm telling you this, it's grown to be the largest Kids Fit concert in the whole nation. So we're super proud to put this together as a big outlet for our kids to be expressive.
Yeah, I think when more kids see what's happening, that's how you bring the masses.
That's right.
If you build it, they will come. The kids see it, they get enthralled in it, and they build that energy. And you're creating an energy, as you mentioned, across South Florida, wanting to cross the border, go into Broward, go into Miami-Dade. And I think that's awesome that you have that vision. And as you look toward the future, and as you see, this bus moving in a great direction for you. What's the one piece of advice, I guess, that you learned as a child that now you're seeing pay off now in your life as you sit here today and watch this foundation that you built grow?
We have not begun to scratch the surface of what it is that we intended to do, but I am very proud, that Digital Vibes is at 107 after school program throughout Palm Beach County and serve thousands of kids, in that sense. So we're doing some tremendous work. Special shout out to all of our partners, founders, volunteers that really, poured into us to help us amplify the impact that we are making in Palm Beach County. So we're very proud of that. Another program that we have that we're truly proud of is it's the Let's Move campaign. As this segment is it's health and wellness segment that we're getting ready to do. So wanted to put a quick little plug into the Let's Move, which is a campaign that was founded by Palm Health Foundation. It's a really cool way of getting our kids, our parents, our community to do any type of physical activities. It could be them running, walking, dancing, whatever it may be. As long as they're off their couch and moving, they get to log in those minutes on the website, which we created for them. And they get to see who's in first place, second place, and so on and so forth. So now we turn that into a city versus city competition. Last year, for the past 5 years, we have the village of Wellington that comes in first place. And now I'm hearing the city of Delray is looking to, beat that record. And the school district is working on strategy to be the first place team and so on and so forth. So it's a very cool, fun, challenge that we're doing that's really based on the honor system.
I know when we talked together, and you touched on it there, as we build up our podcast together, again, Conversations with Cashmere, powered by Digital Vibes, we are eventually going to take sponsorship. We love that. But I want to direct a lot of the attention toward Digital Vibes. If people want to help, if they want to sponsor, if they want to come in and support you, give them some directional support here, where they can go to attain that.
Yes. So your support definitely means a lot because it helps us, serve more. We have a long waiting list of kids that needs to be served throughout the county. Today we're heading to the Glades, thanks to the Jim Murray Foundation for providing us for funding to really reach out to the Glades. And special shout out to the county, for stepping in to really fund some of our programs. But we still have a long waiting list. If you book this podcast to do your own podcast and so on and so forth, the proceed from that will help us reach those kids that we have in our waiting list. So reach out to us, digitalvibes.org, for more information about how to create your own podcast or be in this show here with Conversation with my man Cashmere.
Mr. Will, it's been just an absolute pleasure as you and I kind of connect and bring this journey together. And you mentioned we're going to try and create avenues, health and wellness. We're going to talk to just the local influencers, the people that make a difference in our community, business leaders. There is a runway here that we've created, and we open the throttle, and we're going to take off. We really don't have an agenda, but we have direction, and we know exactly where we're going to head. And together, we'll make this journey happen. So I cannot thank you enough. It's a pleasure. You are a dear friend, and I told you this when we started this journey. I said, keep being you, because you're inspiring so many children and people across the Palm Beaches and Treasure Coast, and eventually you're going to be all over South Florida as you grow. So thank you very much. Your final message as you leave us today, in terms of just give us that message to take home, to walk home, and to grow.
Yes. It's pretty much like you said, be you, be your most authentic self, in that sense. And any ways that you can make an impact, just know there's a kid that's really looking for you to, touch them, in that sense. So, just be you and connect with all kiddos, because they're really looking for you. So, yes.
Mr. Will, let's go do this, buddy. Awesome. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.